According to a Wall Street insider who also happens to have served very briefly in the Trump administration, bankers throughout all of Wall Street are laughing at Donald Trump as he continues to beg them for money to pay that New York fraud trial bond. In an interview on Morning Joe this past Friday, Anthony Scaramucci, who of course has become an investment banker since leaving the Trump administration, and of course he famously lasted only a couple days, which gave us the, Scaramucci time measurement. But Scaramucci had this to say about what's happening, because he actually talks to these people. Again, he's a Wall Street guy. He talks to these people, and here's what he had to say. He defaults on everything, If you talk to interior designers, architects, construction workers, plumbing people, he doesn't pay his bills. He's always been that way. You can't give him the money because you don't have the 100% certainty. I mean, if he was rated by Moody's, he'd be a C+ debt rating, which is suspicious. His problem now is going to be about the identity he presents to his audience. I'm the guy, I'm the business maverick. If you don't really have the money, like you've been saying you've had the money all these years, I think it's a big Achilles heel for him. So, as I said, prior to all of that, he mentioned, I talk to these people constantly. I have phone calls with them. And they're all snickering behind his back as he comes begging these banks and these bond insurers, please, please save me, give me $464 million. And they don't want to do it. And I do, by the way, love the fact that Scaramucci also called him out, he doesn't pay his interior designers. He doesn't pay the plumbers. He doesn't pay the contractors. Trump has been sued so many times by these kinds of workers for just not paying his bills. That's what he does. So thank you, Scaramucci, for bringing that back up, because I think that is very vital. And then, of course, Joe Scarborough did ask, well, where does he get the money? Let's assume he gets it. Where does it come from? Scaramucci said, he's not getting it from Wall Street, I can tell you that. Because of a declarative no from every distressed lender on Wall Street, there was a little giggle group chat among a lot of people saying, can you believe this guy's looking for $500 million with a 15% coupon? Now, here's the thing. This isn't just bad for Donald Trump in terms of, trying to get that bond, which, by the time you're watching this, maybe he got it, maybe he didn't, right? But what's bad about this for Trump is that these are the same people that you're going to come begging for money for your campaign. Okay, it's not just about the bond. It's about the entire mentality of those big wealthy donors on Wall Street who very easily sway elections all the time. And if you can't convince them to put up a bond for you, then how are you going to convince them that you're trustworthy enough for them to get give their campaign donations to you? Because a bond, they would theoretically get back. So the likelihood of them losing everything by giving up the bond is actually kind of low. That's the point of the bond, right? But if they give him a campaign donation, they don't get that money back ever. That's gone. So if you can't get them to give you money for something where they would likely get the money back, you're not going to convince them to give you money for your struggling campaign, and that is going to hurt you more than anything else. And it's also, just to throw this note out there about Scaramucci, because I do talk a lot, obviously, about the people who were part of the Trump administration, then left, and then started attacking him. I think Scaramucci is the only one, other than Michael Cohen, who is genuine, with his attacks on Donald Trump and his reformation. I do not think Scaramucci is one of those people like Bill Barr, who goes out there and attacks Trump all the time and still says, but I'll vote for him against Biden. Mike Pence, I'm not going to endorse Donald Trump, but you're still going to vote for him. Scaramucci, Michael Cohen, these guys know that working for this guy, being involved with him in any way was wrong. He's a horrible person. So their reformation is genuine. So I just wanted to throw that note out there about Scaramucci. I do think he's on the right side now. He's doing it correctly. And it is absolutely hilarious to hear him say that they're on this little group chat where they're all laughing at Donald Trump for basically being completely broke.